Hi everybody, welcome to Reading with Mrs. DeGagne. Today we're going to share a story, and while you think you might know the story of Little Red Riding Hood, you're going to question it a little bit today. This is The Cat, the Dog, Little Red, the Exploding Eggs, the Wolf, and Grandma. It is by Diane and Christian Fox. Little Red Riding Hood. There was once a sweet little girl who lived with her father and mother in a pretty little cottage at the edge of the village. She wore a red cape with a hood, which suited her so well that everybody called her Little Red Riding Hood. What's this? It's a story about a little girl who always wears a red cape with a hood. Cool! I love stories about superheroes. What's her special power? She doesn't have any special powers. It's not that kind of story. So what happens? Well, one morning, her mother asked Little Red Riding Hood to take a basket of eggs, butter, cake, and sweets to her grandmother. So, kindness is her special power? Does she hypnotize bad guys into being nice? And what kind of candy? Look, do you want to hear this story or not? So, where was I? Little Red Riding Hood was on her way to Grandma's house when she met a wolf. A wolf? Excellent. They're always the bad guys in stories like this. I bet she zaps him with her kindness ray. She does not have a kindness ray. She has a basket of eggs and butter and cakes and sweets. How does she fight crime then? Does she have a cool kind of flying gadget basket? Are they exploding eggs? There's no kindness ray, no flying basket, and no exploding eggs. She's just a sweet little girl with terrible fashion sense on her way to see her grandmother. Okay. So let's hear the rest of the story. Well, the wolf asked Little Red Riding Hood where she was going, and she said, Grandma's house. So the wolf said goodbye and secretly headed to Grandma's house. Hang on. Why doesn't the wolfman try to eat Hood Girl then and there? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? How should I know why he didn't eat her? I wonder why the wolf prefers old ladies. Anyway, the wolf arrived at Grandma's cottage and saw the old lady lying in bed. She jumped up when she saw the wolf and locked herself in the closet. I think the wolf needs to think bigger if he's going to be a supervillain. Maybe he could rob a bank on the way to Grandma's house. No special powers, no supervillain, no exploding eggs. Are you listening at all? Yes. Okay. So Grandma leaped out of bed and locked herself in the closet to be safe. Then the wolf put on some of Grandma's clothes and climbed into the bed, waiting for Little Red Riding Hood to arrive. Hang on. So now you're saying he does want to eat her? Yes. Anyway, this is my favorite part. She arrived and said, What big eyes you have, Grandma. And the wolf replied, All the better to see you with. She's not very bright, is she? I mean, if there were a wolf dressed up as my grandma, I might have noticed right away. And Little Red Riding Hood said, What a big nose you have, Grandma. And the wolf replied, All the better to smell you with, my dear. Let me see that book. And she said, What big teeth you have, Grandma. And the wolf said, Oh, the better to eat you up. Yikes! But just at the last moment, Little Red Riding Hood's father arrived and chopped off the wolf's head with an axe. And they lived happily ever after. I'm not sure that the wolf was very happy in the end. So let's see if I have this right. The Red Hood is on her way to help an old lady when she meets the wolfman. He has an evil plan. He likes to dress up in girls' clothes and eat people. He and Red have a big battle, and Red's father puts an end to Wolfie. Well, sort of. It's not a very nice story, is it? Are you absolutely sure this is a children's book? That's it. I'm leaving. Find your own book to read. Just one last question. What? Is Grandma still in the closet? I like that story because it reminds me that when I read something, I should question it, like the dog. And he said, well, why is that? And how come? And so I think that when you read something, it's important that you think about it and try and figure out what you liked about it, what you didn't, and how it impacted you. So think about those things, and I'll see you next time on Reading with Mrs. DeGagne. Bye!